Hey guys, short YouTube video on fixing the mode actuator door on a 8th gen Accord. I know at least this goes for a 2010 LXP Accord. This controls the vent mode where, for instance, you want it on defrost or on your face or on your feet. This will be the motor to do that. Now the issue is I went on Amazon, found one. It looks like this. This is the faceplate on it. But you kind of find out it actually does not work for an 8th gen Accord because the 8th gen Accord, as you'll see soon, does not have a circuit board in it like that. So the car's HVAC controls actually cannot communicate with this, even though Amazon confirms that it does fit a 8th gen Accord. So only option we have then is to either find a original one. You can go to a junkyard, or you can order them online. To me, they were just too expensive online, or you can just fix the old one. So to take the old one apart, you would pop the disc off. There's a small pin here. You would push that way while pulling the disc up. So I'll get back to you shortly on that. All right, pulled it off. Next step is to take out the 3 screws. That one, and that one. So you can see I already kind of started. So, all right, next step is to so this is, keep in mind this is a 2010 Accord, so it's kind of old, and this is the original part. But you want to try to carefully lift the clips off of it. You'll see them as that. You would try to carefully like pry it up while simultaneously pulling the top cover that way to my left. I did break a few off, but no worries because that is still screwed onto it, so it actually holds it together. Or you can super glue it if it makes you feel better. Alright, so I'll get back to you once I pop that off. Alright, now that the cover is off, we'll take this off. You'll clean this. It's probably gonna have a whole bunch of gunk on it. Just clean the contacts off, wipe the whole face of the gear off. Put that to the side. Alright, now next thing I noticed that the motor connections were loose. So as you can see, I simply just soldered them. Soldered both of them. Alright. Then clean the connections on here. Those correspond with the face of the motor. Correspond with that. So clean the connections off. Next, I wanted to make sure that the motor was good and strong, so it connected directly to a 12-volt battery. There's actually some test points built in right there and right there. That's positive, that is negative, or that's positive, that is negative if you want to go directly to the motor. So connect those now. Battery is actually pretty much dead. It's a 10 volt, but it's supposed to be a 12 volt battery. Alright, as you can see, the motor does turn. Add some resistance to it. It still turns, so we know the motor is still strong. Alright, so we know from the motor on, we're good. Now we need to make sure connections are good. So connections, that is negative, that is positive. The pins are really close together, so you have to be very careful. Luckily, 12 volts, you don't have too much to worry about as far as anything going wrong. So I connected alligator to the tip of that one, and then the other alligator way back here. That way I have some extra room. We still can see there's connection, so we're still good. Alrighty. So after we confirmed that the connections to the motor are solid by soldering them, then we made sure we cleaned these. We cleaned the gear. We made sure connections from here to the motor are also solid. We can go ahead and put it back together. Now, this is very crucial. Small detail. There's a notch here on the big gear. The notch is a beginning and stopping point for the assembly. It corresponds to the back where there's 2 notches here. Do yourself a favor and make sure this is 12 o'clock. So So it's clocked 12 o'clock from the motor. The vehicle, once it turns on, will automatically clock in the correct position. So we'll put it back together exactly how we took it apart, by snapping that together, putting this on top, lining it up with those notches right there and right there. Put 3 screws in right there, and right there. Then we add the disc back. The disc only goes one way, as you can see. It's a half circle. It'll snap right on there, and then push down, and you're good. Then you'll re-grease it. Just quickly showing what I meant when I said if you accidentally snap the tabs off. I screwed it back together. As you see, I cannot separate it even though that tab is broken off, because this screw goes all the way through it. So it's holding it together. I mean, prefer not to break them, but if you did, that's your saving grace there. Now we're going to put that wheel on it, and we're going to put it back in the vehicle, then we're going to test it. Plenty of videos on how to get it out and everything. I won't make a long video about that. I'm just showing you how to test this before you put it all back together. So green wire there goes into here. You just connect it. Try and do this. My dominant hand's right, and I'm doing it with my left with still one hand. So I'm gonna have to put the phone down on that one. Sorry, the worst camera guy ever right now. All right, let's connect it now. Right. So we have a clear display of that wheel. We're going to put the car into run. As you can see, the car automatically aligns it up. Now, turn off music. We don't need copyright. All right, so I'm going to hit this one. So pushing it now, motor moves. Pushing this one, pushing this one, pushing that one. Okay, now it should be all the way at the end. Now we're going to go from here. This is going to be the longest one. Now we know we're good. Alrighty, that's how you test it. Now you put it back in exactly how you took it out. Good luck to you on that one. Y'all have a good day. Please like the video if you can, if you have time. All right, bye. I'm showing you what the old wheel looks like compared to the new wheel. As you can see, the old wheel is physically smaller than the new wheel, and it does have a different shape overall on the circumference of it, and also each notch in the old wheel does not correspond with the new wheel.